Happy Tuesday. Today you're going to need your calendar, your math packet that has nickels, and your listening ears, because I am going to read you a story about bugs. BugSafari. Let's get started. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well done. Looking at your calendar, let's find the top, the middle, and the bottom of the page. At the top, you have information, the year, which is 2020, and the month. What month is it? Looking at your calendar, is it May or June? Is it the top answer or the bottom answer? If you chose June, you are correct. June starts with a J. Look at your calendar. You can see the J in June. Now, yesterday was Monday. Yesterday was Monday the 8th. What was yesterday's date? Was yesterday's date the 8th or the 9th? Looking at your calendar, yesterday was the 8th. What day was yesterday? Was yesterday Monday or Wednesday? Yesterday was Monday, June 8th. I can't believe June is flying by already. So looking at your calendar, if yesterday was Monday, the 8th, what is today? What is today? Is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Today is Tuesday. And what comes after the number 8? 9. Good job. So that means tomorrow will be Wednesday the 10th. And then after Wednesday, after tomorrow, Thursday, we are going to have our last Zoom virtual classroom meeting for the year. And then it will start up again during ESY. So I really hope everyone will be there to attend because I want to see you all. Is it summer or spring? It is spring. It is not summer. We're getting closer though. And looking outside, it is very sunny and very warm. So it is sunny and warm. It's a beautiful day to get out and play. And what year is it? Did we talk about the year? I think we did touch upon it. It is 2020. Well done. So let's look at your money page. So it's very, very light, but I see some pennies here. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pennies is the same as what? Let me see if I have it in my basket. A tisket, a tasket. Let's look in the basket. So 5 pennies is the same as a nickel or a quarter. 5 pennies is the same as a nickel, just like 10 pennies is the same as a dime. It's the same amount of money. Great. So let's find the nickels. It says, circle each group of coins that shows 5 cents. Remember, when we're not sure how to do something, we need to read the directions. So this is circle because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. Now, is this worth 5 cents? It is, so we're going to circle it. Is this worth 5 cents? Yes, we're going to circle it. Is this worth 5 cents? Yes, we're going to circle it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pennies is worth 5 cents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are only 4 pennies, so we're not going to circle it. Everything we circled is worth 5 cents. Great job. I am so proud of you. I just wanted to make sure there were no dimes there because it's hard to see. Okay, let's get started and read BugSafari. The events described here actually happened to me. The things I learned are recorded to the best of my memory. We can still observe and learn from the great-great ancestors of the very ants I saw that day so very long ago. Well, last summer. I was lost in a bug-infested jungle one hot summer day. I was all alone, looking for a way back to base camp, when I saw a long line of marching black ants. Where could they be going? It looked like an ant safari. Was this a way out of the jungle? I decided to follow. See those ants? So we can see the ant's head and its abdomen and its thorax. Just like the parts of the butterfly, those are the parts of an insect. In all my travels, I had never seen anything like the ant safari. Some of the ants carried things to eat, such as leaves, seeds, or bits of other insects. The ant safari was in a hurry to get somewhere. The ants didn't even look up at the big dragonfly that buzzed over our heads. We headed deeper into the dark, unknown jungle. That's a big dragonfly. How many legs are on the dragonfly? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how we know it's an insect. It's a flying insect. And look, this looks like a stick bug. I crawled over the rocks and through mud. I had to find out where the ants were going. The safari passed under flowers that were humming with honeybees, collecting pollen. Honeybees are very important, right? That they collect the pollen so that the flowers bloom. I was measuring one of the ants with my ruler. When the other ants zoomed past me and a slow-moving dung beetle. I noticed that the ants talked to one another by touching antennae on top of their heads. They all knew where they were going. We were moving quickly. But to where and what? So what part of the body, the ant's body, is its antenna? Where is its antenna? That's right here at the top of its head. Excellent. Then I saw them up ahead, red ants. The black ants were fighting them. The tiny red ants were fierce and bit the black ants. The black ants stood their ground and battled for several minutes until the outnumbered red ants finally ran away. One of the black ants took charge. I called it the general. The wounded were treated, and the safari continued. I wouldn't want to be in the middle of that fight. If you ever see red ants, you need to get away from them right away because they bite. If they get on you quickly, and there's more than one, and you could get very hurt from them. So just stay away from all ants, but especially red ants, because they really, their bite is very painful. I was baking in the sun. I had a drink from my canteen. Just one sip left. The ants became very excited. They had come upon a toad sitting in the middle of their path. Most of the ants ran around it. but a few of them got zapped. Why would they keep going with all of this danger? Where could they be going? So what is the toad eating? So the toad, just like the butterflies, right? And the caterpillars, the toads have a sticky tongue. And then they trap the insect on its tongue. And then they eat them for food. So the toad would be a what to the ant? A predator. Or an enemy. Then I saw it. A giant green mantis in the bush above the ants. One of the ants was plucked up and eaten, but all the others marched ahead. They passed under sticky spider webs, spotted beetles, and noisy crickets that made a chirping noise as we passed by. I picked my way through the jungle. I had scraped my knees and cut my finger and needed medical attention. I bravely pressed onward, hoping I would one day see another human being. Wow. Look at this praying mantis. He would be a predator to the ant too. He's an enemy because he's going to eat them. Now, all of these insects that we're discussing and the animals with the toad are living things. And how do we know that? Because they breathe, they can move on their own, they need food, they need water, they need shelter, and they reproduce. All of a sudden, a hairy black spider pounced in front of the ants. The general led the safari around the giant, but I feared the worst. I hid my eyes and ducked for cover. Then, with a swooshing sound, the spider was gone. I looked up to see its 8 legs wiggling in the beak of a robin. We were all safe for the moment. The general marched on. Oh my goodness. So, I'm losing my page here. What ate the spider? The robin ate the spider. So now the spider is different from an insect because we said that the insects have 6 legs. Well, how many legs do you think the spider has? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So a spider is not an insect because insects have 6 eggs and spiders have 8. Oh, here we go. Our friend the butterfly that we've learned so much about. I was out of water, famished, and covered with bites. Then I heard a faint sound in the distance. I was perfectly still in the brush, so I could listen very carefully. A lone mosquito buzzed past my ear. Finally, I heard the call, a human voice. Base camp! Where's the mosquito? There's the mosquito. I don't know about you, but I hate when mosquitoes bite and then they itch. Lunch was ready. To my surprise, I discovered where the ants were going. Where were the ants going? They were going to have lunch. They could smell the food. I love a good safari, and so do the ants. These pictures are amazing, these illustrations. Illustration is another word for pictures in the book. Now, in the back of this book are descriptions of and some facts about all the bugs in this book. So let's pick dung beetle. A dung beetle, or a thumble bug, lays 1 egg in a ball of dung. It's collected. What is dung? Dung is animal waste. And pretty gross stuff. Then it buries the ball in the ground. When the larva hatches, it eats the dung. Wow. A spider. A spider is an arachnid, not an insect. An arachnid has 2 body parts, 8 legs, no wings, and no antenna. Many spiders catch bugs in their webs for food. Spiders come in lots of sizes, from tiny to about 10 inches in diameter. Most spiders have 8 eyes. Could you imagine having 8 eyes? Oh my goodness, the things you could see. Let's talk about a cricket. Cricket. How many have you seen crickets? They make a beautiful sound, but to me they're a little bit scary. But I would never kill one. I won't kill any bugs because all bugs have a purpose. Whether we know that purpose or not, they do have a purpose. Cricket. Field crickets are common all over North America. Where do we live? That's right, we live in North America. Crickets make a musical sound by rubbing their forewings together. That's pretty interesting. What does the word bug mean? Bug is a word used to describe many small creatures. See if you can guess which 2 bugs on this page are not insects. Well, we found the one, which is the spider. Now remember, what constitutes an insect? So they have to have 8 legs, they have a head, they have an abdomen, and they have a thorax. Well, let's look at this picture here. I don't know. This does not look like it has a head, an abdomen, or a thorax, and it's got many, 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 many legs. Let's read about what that is. Centipedes are arthropods, not insects. We guessed it. Arthropods have bodies with many sections and 2 legs on each section. Most centipedes are active at night and hide under stones or leaves during the day. Pretty interesting. We learned about butterflies, we learned about honeybees, we learned about caterpillars. Let's learn about a dragonfly. Dragonflies can have wings more than 4 inches wide. They fly around wet areas and catch other insects for food. Ladybugs. There are many types of beetles. Ladybugs are the most well-known. Ladybugs come in many colors. Each ladybug can have from 2 to 24 spots. Wow. Now they talked about the prayer mantis. Now that's a very interesting bug. Mantis. The mantis holds its front legs together so it looks as if it is praying. That's why it's sometimes called a praying mantis. The mantis is a very quick hunter. It can snatch other bugs right out of the air as they fly by. One more bug. Which one do you think we should choose? How about a walking stick? Walking sticks literally have camouflage. What does that mean? They blend into their surroundings, their environment. So they look like, if they're on a tree, they look like part of the bark, or they look like a twig that's on the tree. So, walking stick. Walking sticks look like twigs or leaves with legs. Most of these large insects do not have wings. Their 6 legs are all about the same length. These slow-moving bugs like to eat leaves. So if you see any of these bugs, you should not harm them at all. Let's talk about the ant. So there's the head, there's the thorax, and there's the abdomen. Here's the antenna, and it's got 6 legs. So the first ant appeared 130 million years ago. Ants come in many colors and range in size, from a 6 to 3/4 inch long. The ants we see above ground are usually worker and soldier ants. Only male ants and queens have wings. Only queen ants lay eggs. Ants live in large groups called colonies, either underground or sometimes above ground in piles of loose leaves or rotten wood. Some ants bite. Remember I talked about the red ants, and you need to stay away from them because they bite and they hurt. So some ants bite, others sting. Ants have jaws called mandibles that they use to crunch food or to fight other insects. Ants may eat plants, insects, or both. Ants can talk to one another by touching antennae. How cool is that? Well, I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. You did a great job, and as always, be good to one another, get outside, exercise, help your parents, help your siblings, and always be kind. I'll see you tomorrow.